Shalom, Yasharala. This your brother Dawada, coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, Aki, and pushing this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So I want to jump into this here quick little topic, or this quick lesson, which is pretty much a response to a question or concern from a subscriber. All right. So nevertheless, hey, if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to get in touch with me or whatever, whatnot. And let me know what your question or concern is. And Lord willing, I'll be able to answer it through the spirit. And I'll do a video for you. All right. But nevertheless, if this could help any other brother as well, too, hey, how do I say? If there's a plate on the table for you, go ahead and eat, But nevertheless, I'm going to go ahead and jump into this here lesson, which is dealing with, dealing with these here women. You may have a wife or a woman that you with or whatever, whatnot. And, hey, these women, first and foremost, you got to understand, not just these women, all of Israel are under curses right now. All right. But nevertheless, right now it's pretty much like the women's time to rule. This is like the scriptures say, the Most High has created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall surpass a man. All right. So this is where we at now. All right. We in this time frame where women are ruling every damn thing. All right. Just like hey, man, you just watch the YouTube videos, man. You'll see all kind of crazy shit. Some kind of a gang of women will go up and try to jump a man. They be trying to fight a man all in the man's face, slapping him and spitting in his face. But as soon as the dude go back to strike back or go to defend himself, they want to start screaming and reverting back to women. Oh, we calling the police. We calling the police, And I literally seen a video like that where three girls tried to jump another girl at her job. And, a co-worker, another guy, was trying to stop the fight, And these girls were trying to jump this one girl or whatever, whatnot. But then, one of the girls came up with a taser and was trying to tase the other girl, and the guy was like, back up, back up. So the girl tried to tase the guy, and he was like, back up, don't hit me with that, and she kept trying to tase him. So homeboy wound up punching her in the face, and breaking the girl's nose, right? But then, she wanted to be all big and bad trying to fight a dude and with a weapon. But then he came with her without a weapon and hit the chick. And then these women, they all reverted. Oh, you want to hit women? We calling the police. We calling the police. Call the police. Yet and still, they the ones got it on videotape. They came up on this girl's job, try to embarrass her and fight this girl, jump the girl. But then when they got put into their place, they want to go call the police, man. All right. And then if the police come, even if they saw the videotape that this guy was defending himself against a armed female that was trying to attack him, all right, he would still be the one to go to jail. All right. This is the place that we living in now. You can't really say anything to these women, especially with the Me Too movement. You happen to look at a woman the wrong type of way or whatever, whatnot, or, you and a woman are both walking inside the store, she's a couple steps behind you. You decide to hold the door open for her or whatever, whatnot, hey, man, they can press charges on you, telling me he tried to sexually harass me or some shit like that, But this is where we at, man. And this is what happens when you don't have order. All right. And hey, for a lot of people who don't understand this and wonder why we be going so hard on these here women, hey, man, you just have to be, you have to look with your eyes open. All right. Because you'll see it's all these things and the calamities we have coming upon us is because why? Women are ruling over us. All right. This is the reason that you have all these badass little kids running around. All right. You can't blame their daddies because y'all be like, oh, their daddy ain't shit. The daddy wasn't there to take care of them. Well, who the fuck kicked him out? All right. It was the woman who kicked him out and the woman who's raising the children. All right. And then this is all they do over and over and over again, man. And hey, man, they just waxing worse and worse and worse and worse. And you see it just by walking around and talking to these damn women, man. All right. But nevertheless, hey, man, it's how do I say, it's smart to just stay out of their damn way, man. All right. Because it's nothing more than a damn trap. All right. But nevertheless, if you're in this situation and you already have a wife. All right. Now, this is pretty much dealing with this situation because, the brother that got in contact with me, this is dealing, it's a situation with him and his wife. All right. So it's not like, oh, I'm just going out trying to holler at women or whatever, whatnot. And then I'm coming to find out that all these women are wicked. No, this is like if you're in a scenario where you already have a wife. All right. And then now you're starting to realize you're having trouble in the flesh. All right. So we're going to get into some of these here scriptures just to highlight where we at and the things that we have going on. All right. This is Deuteronomy 28 and I'm going to start at verse 45. It says, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou beest destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh thy power to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. All right. Now I know how a lot of people will want to take this is like, oh, I'm going through some problems right now, and and this is not to the brother that sent me in the question, the concern, but just in general, some people are like, oh, I'm going through my problems or whatever, whatnot. I don't want to hear I'm under curses or whatever. That's not helping me in my problem. All right. But you have to understand that, this is your condition first and foremost. All right. You are still under these here curses until we get salvation. This is why it's important to be praying for salvation as much as possible, man, so we can get up out of here, man. All right. But nevertheless, you know, you have to understand the condition of the fight that we in, the condition of the battle. All right. We still in captivity right now. All right. It's just like you fighting a war, but you fighting war over in Russia, but you complaining about it being cold. Like, well, of course it's cold. We fighting on the Russian battlefield, man. This is where it's at, man. It's going to be cold over here, man. All right. So you have to understand the condition of the battlefield first and foremost. All right. Now, we under these curses, but not to, you know, get too caught up on that. We're at the very end of this thing. All right. So let me grab a quick precept. Revelation 12:12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down to you having great wrath, because he knoweth he have but a short time. All right. So if let me get another precept. Give me 1 second. Salakia. Oh, Salak. Where's that I'm looking for? Oh, Daniel 12. All right. This is Daniel 12:1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, that great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even unto the same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that should be found written in the book. So I wanted to read these two scriptures to give you a time frame. All right. We at the end all be all. So the devil is coming down to you having great wrath. So now these spirits are going to be turned up to the far max. All right. Also reading here, it says it's going to be a time of trouble since such. Let me see. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time. All right. Going into what? Jacob's trouble. All right. So if we know that Jacob's trouble is ahead of us. All right. And we right close up at the end of this here thing. All right. We know that every day that we getting in, every day that goes by, the days are waxing worse and worse and worse, man. All right. And especially if you got your hand on the plow, you in this truth, you're trying to learn this truth, you know, you're trying to walk that straight path, man. You know, every day going to get harder for you, man. In the spirit, things is going to get harder and harder and harder for you, man. These spirits are going to keep turning up worse and worse and worse, man. But you have to endure unto the end, man. This is why the scriptures say, he that endures unto the end, the same shall be saved. All right. So nevertheless, going into that, you have to understand that we at the end of the fight, we at the end of the battle, things are going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. You know, you might have been dwelling with your wife or your kids or whatever, whatnot, in whatever scenario, and things was manageable to a certain time. And then, you know, as we getting closer and closer to this here thing, you know, things are getting harder and harder for you to do, you know, and that's on all different levels. You know, I'm even experiencing the same thing, you know, having to reevaluate my time and my schedule and things like that, because, you know what, time is getting tighter and tighter, you know, not to say just that, but there's more and more things, you know, hey, like I'm saying in this scenario, you know, dealing with your wife or whatever, whatnot, things is getting worse and worse. You know, it's not just you and your wife, you know, because like I said, for me and my own example, you know, I got not my wife or my woman or nothing like that. This waxing worse and worse and worse, or things getting worse and worse like that. But nevertheless, my family, you know what I'm saying? Things around me and stuff like that, man, it's getting harder and harder to do things because why? More and more distractions, more and more demons are turning up worse and worse and worse and worse, you know? So I can totally understand, you know, like what it would be like with you and your wife, you know what I'm saying? Or any of these scenarios, you know, or hey, maybe just getting lessons done because now all of a sudden at work, you're having to work more hours or more of this or more of that. You know, your bills are getting tighter. Everything is starting to get, you know, a little tighter and tighter and tighter, which means you have to double down on the things that you're doing. All right. You have to make sure that you, how do I say, you know, as things getting tougher and harder, you have to make sure that you prepare for these things. All right. All right. The next wave is going to be harder than the last wave. So we got to be prepared for when the next wave come in. All right. So let me get back to where I was reading. Oh, yeah, Deuteronomy 28. Now, let me go to Deuteronomy 28 and 30. All right. Because we understand the condition of the fight. We're under these here curses. All right. Now, let me read one of these curses. It's Deuteronomy 28 and 30. It says, thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build a house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and thou shalt not gather the grapes thereof. All right. And this is the condition of a lot of our men in this society, man. They go out and they get a wife. All right. And then somewhere down the line, most of the time, they wind up divorcing. All right. And then what will happen is they'll get into the system. They wind up having to pay child support and alimony and things like this, and forking over these bills to another woman. And while all the while, she's laid up with another man, all right? She's got another man that's taking care of her while you still taking care of her at the same time up in their house, man. All right, so you getting all these different things, you know, you putting in all the, you know, you putting in all these alimony checks and all these child support checks, you know what I'm saying? But you going forth paying bills into another man's house, all right? Or in another scenario, man, you could just have a woman or a wife or whatever, whatnot, and then all these different men trying to get at your wife, man. Or your wife going out with all these different men, all right? And again, thinking not nothing strange, especially if you a man of the Lord in this here truth, man. And you got a woman, you know, and she's not in this here truth, or she don't, she don't adhere to the things that, you know, this here truth, more or less to say, all right? What's going to happen? You trying to walk that straight line is going to make her what? Think that you what? Boring, a square, a lame, or whatever, whatnot. I want some excitement in my life. And what's really that excitement that she want in her life? She really want a real reprobate. All right, she want a real wicked person to go out and do a bunch of wicked shit with her, man. All right, she want to go out and go, you know, do all kind of wicked shit, man. Just go out and go try to meet some of these women on the weekends or whatever, whatnot, man. You know what I'm saying? You go to these bars or whatever, whatnot, and if you don't do no drugs or you ain't really heavy into alcohol, what's wrong with you, nigga? You don't want to go back to the spot and roll up one with me. You don't want to go do some cocaine with me or whatever, whatnot. Hey, man, they look at you like you got 10 heads or whatever on your shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, you tell them like, nah, I'm not into all that extra crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, you know, you don't even have to tell her about the truth, but, you know, you can give her enough to let her know that, like, look, you know, I pretty much got my head on straight and I'm not with all this extra folly shit, all this extra shit that's going to lead you down the path of destruction. All right. They look at you like you weird, man. All right. What you mean you don't want to have a threesome with me and my sister? What you mean you don't want to have a threesome with me and my mama? You know what I'm saying? But you'll tell them like, no, I don't want to have sex with you and your mama or you and your daughter. Then in these days of society, they'll look at you like you weird, man. All right. But nevertheless, this is the situation that we in, man. These women have, not just the women, all of Israel got curses on them, man. All right. And really these women, they get bored with you because why? You're not as exciting as the rest of these damn heathen, these 2/3, man. And a lot of times they're on the same level, man. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these women, they go out behind a men's back. You know what I'm saying? And they start, hey, especially with this fucking social media, man. They get on the social media, which social media is they need attention, man. And that's another thing that's waxing worse and worse and worse with these damn women around here, man. You know, I'm seeing this along with my own family, like older women or whatever, whatnot. They acting like fucking 2-year-olds. It's like, I need attention, I need attention, I need attention, you know? Everybody could be in the house, minding their own business, doing whatever they got to be doing. But they want to walk around the house making noise and shit like a little small kid, you know, just running around the house is looking for attention, man. Like, but yo, you the oldest motherfucker in the house. Why you running around like a 2-year-old like you need attention, man? Have you lost your mind? You know, when you looking at these, especially these women, it's like they Benjamin Button and thing, man. They going back in their age, man. They getting younger and younger and younger, less and less responsible, man. All right, you know, I can go back to my grandmother, man. All right, my grandmother was like a real strong woman, you know what I'm saying? She was like a real leader of the pack, you know what I'm saying? She wasn't taking no shit, and she was real stand up and straight and keeping everybody in line and everything like that. Like, nah, this is wrong, this is wicked, y'all need to be doing that, so on and so forth. Y'all girls need to, you know what I'm saying, be responsible, be respectful, or whatever, whatnot. Carry yourself a certain type of way, you know what I'm saying? Same with the boys, you know. But nevertheless, nowadays it just seems like, yo, if for a mom to tell her daughter or something like that, hey, get right, you know, don't be out there shaking your ass and twerking in the strip club, man. Don't be out there, you know what I'm saying, selling your body on the internet and stuff like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, hey, man, hey, I done heard some crazy shit about this, a woman's daughter telling her, like, look, man, you need to go get you one of these sugar daddies on this here website or whatever, whatnot. I'm like, how the fuck? Wait a minute, how old is your little ass? What the hell you know about sugar daddies and shit like that? Like, you not even 20 years old, you know what I'm saying, trying to put your mama on to some shit like this, all right? And I'm painting this here picture so when you with your wife and shit, you wondering why she bugging the fuck out. It's not just your wife, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not really just them. You know what I'm saying? It's really just the spirits that's inside of them, man. And really is, hey, man, it's just a lot of the fight, man. All right? So you have to understand that this is the condition of the battle, man. These are the curses that we up under right now, all right? And it was all written that these things would come to pass, and this is where we will be at, all right? So let me jump down a little bit to verse 56, I think. Yeah, verse 56, the tender and delicate woman among you, the tender and delicate woman among you. Now, if you see this here woman nowadays, all right, just the tender and delicate woman amongst you, you know what I'm saying? This is the real quiet woman that's, you know, I'm gonna be real quiet or whatever, whatnot. You know, I'm too pretty for whatever. I'm too pretty to be all talking all loud and shit, being all like these ghetto ass women. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm reserved or whatever, whatnot, you know? It says the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, all right? So these are real so-called upstanding women or whatever, whatnot. These are supposed to be righteous women, but they're going to wind up taking a far left turn, man. All right. This is where they were supposed to be, but this is not where they at now. All right. So this same woman that was supposed to be these nice, righteous women. All right. It says her eye shall be evil towards her husband of her bosom and towards her son and towards her daughter. And that's exactly where we at nowadays, man. And it's like, really when the Lord opens up your eyes to see a lot of these things and be able to discern a lot of these things, man, you really see it as it's starting to happen, man. I can see this clearly with my sister and my little niece, man. My sister, because she just aggravated because the shit that she into, you know what I'm saying? She going off in the spirit or whatever, whatnot. And now she bugging out. You know what I'm saying? She got a little daughter. Her little daughter's real quiet and, real reserved or whatever, whatnot, but because my sister want to be all aggravated and shit like this, you know what I'm saying? She'll walk in the room and start yelling at my little niece for no reason. And then she'll be like, why you all mad? Or why you got an attitude? And she'll just be, no, I don't have an attitude. It's nothing wrong with me, And in reality, it's like, it's nothing wrong with her. It's just that that's what you perceive. And she's like, no, there's nothing wrong with me. I don't have an attitude. Don't be talking back to me. Yeah, I tell you not to be talking back to me. And see, now you just want to create an argument. You don't want to even be wrong. You don't want to even see like, yo, maybe she didn't have an attitude. Maybe she was just sitting over there playing her damn video game all quiet and just minding her business. You know what I'm saying? You would wish for a child to be quiet as fuck like that, but because she's just sitting over there playing her video game and you got something wrong with her, you got to go look at her with an evil eye as if she doing something wrong. Why you got an attitude? What's wrong with that frown on your face? I don't have an attitude. I don't have a frown on my face. In reality, I'm just playing my video game. I'm just into my shit and I'm quiet right now. But what, you want to come down on her? Don't stop with all that attitude. Well, I don't have an attitude, mommy. Don't talk back to me. I just told you not to talk back to me. All right? That's a clear demon that's on her, man. All right? This is the condition of our people, man. All right? As we just read around here, it says, the tender and the delicate woman among you, which would not have ventured to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for her delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil towards her husband of her bosom and towards her son and towards her daughter. All right? So I see this a lot with my sister and my niece, my sister and her daughter, all right? And also between my mom and myself, and I'm like, wait a minute. My sister's the one that's fucking up all kind of things in life and everything like that, but yet and still you always going to go save her ass, you know what I'm saying? And you don't ever have to save my ass. If anything, I'm the one helping you out, you know what I'm saying? But yet and still you talk down to me and shit on me all damn day long as if I'm a criminal, man. You lucky I don't have 1,000 different baby mamas and child support and having you deal with all these kind of crazy shits and this and that. But on the flip side, my sister's doing this. On the flip side, you got to spend all this kind of money to take care of my sister who don't have a job, you know what I'm saying, and take care of her kids that you don't like taking care of. And you just got to spend money. And then all you do is you go out and you go take her shopping all damn day long, man. You know what I'm saying? But here it is. I go out and I go work all damn day long and stuff like this or whatever, whatnot. But then you get mad at me. You'll be mad at me. Why don't you want to go on vacation or whatever, whatnot? Because I don't want to be turning around looking like my goddamn sister where you taking care of a grown-ass person and their kids their whole goddamn life and then being mad about it. You see what I'm saying? But when you look at it, it's just these clear demons on these people, man. It's these curses that's on them, man. All right, we wouldn't normally be like this, man. But when you see it and you able to understand what's really going on, you're like, you know what? I understand why you doing this, man. I understand why you bugging the fuck out like that, man. Like I was saying with my sister and my little niece, there's no reason to be. Why you got an attitude? Like, no, you assuming that somebody's got an attitude. She didn't do anything. She didn't walk around and start yelling at you or do anything to make you think that she has an attitude. She's sitting over there quietly playing her video game, but because of the demons and the curses you have on you, you think, you got an evil eye towards her. You just looking over at her because you're not satisfied and you're not stable in your spirit. You got to go rouse up her spirit, And what does that wind up doing? You're going to keep doing this your whole life until this here child, until this child get older and wind up hating you for all the bullshit you did to her. All right. And then when talking to my sister, she was like, oh, I don't like the way mama used to treat me when I was growing up. Like, hey, those are the curses. But now you doing the same cycle again. All right. It was nothing that your daughter wound up doing. Your daughter wasn't growing up being a badass reprobate child or nothing like that. But this is where you started it, man. You started poking at this here person. It's like a dog, man. You got a good dog, a good loyal dog or whatever, whatnot. But then one day you start beating the dog. You start starving the dog out, man. You start beating the dog so much. So now every time you walk up to the dog is scared of you. All right, the dog wasn't scared of you at first. The dog will run up to you and lick you and everything like that and be all happy to see your ass. But now, because you've been repetitively beating the dog is scared of your ass. All right, so now the dog is all timid, or now the dog is growling at you because what? It's getting used to how you treat it. All right, so what? This is how this here cycle perpetuates over and over and over and over again, man. All right, the same way like it was saying here, hey, they're going to have an evil eye towards their son, man. All right, and you see this a lot of times where, like I said, the mother and the father wind up divorcing because of the curses that's on us. All right, and then also these Edomite systems that put the woman on the pedestal. If they divorce their husband, they get alimony, they get child support, and they get governmental assistance. You know what I'm saying? They can go keep doing the same old thing over and over and over again. The more they fuck up in life, the more people are going to be giving them money, man. They getting rewarded for being reprobates in life, man. You go have a whole bunch of unprotected sex and be irresponsible and shit, we'll give you a paycheck for 18 years, man. You go marry some dude and then you don't want to be happy with him, or you want to go sleep with another dude, or you want to go be with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe, you know, you were satisfied with this dude, but you seen another dude who had more than him. So you leave this dude and take half of what he got and go give it to the next dude until you find another dude who got more than that. And then you just keep it moving. But nevertheless, you wind up having kids with one of these dudes, and then you realize, oh, I don't want to be with this dude. Or you just being irresponsible knowing you found you a low-life ass nigga anyway who was in the club, selling dope in the club, or he was your dope dealer anyway. You know what I'm saying? And he wanted, you know, you were short on some money one week or one day or some shit like that. So you wound up giving him some ass for some drugs. Then you wound up getting pregnant. You knew he wasn't shit from that point. You see what I'm saying? But then you wound up having this here baby, this son. And then you want to reminding him every damn day, oh, you remind me of your daddy. You look just like your sorry-ass daddy. Your goddamn daddy ain't shit. Boy, you remind me of your daddy. And then, sure enough, if the child look like the damn dad, this is what the mother going to see every time the mother look at that child. So what? She's going to wind up having that evil eye towards that son again. All right? And what? What is this doing? It's just pushing her kids away, man. And this is where you have the breakup between parents and children. All right? Now, going back up to where it says, her eye shall be evil towards her husband. All right? Now, there don't even have to be a problem, man. You can have a man that's going out, providing for his wife, doing all the things so-called righteous on just a regular level and everything like that. And what, the woman still ain't satisfied, man. She'll still nitpick about whatever. You can have a dude that's wound up bending over backwards and doing the most for this here woman, all right? And she's still not satisfied, you know? You can have a dude with deep pockets in the big bank that's, you know, hey, man, you don't even got to work. You can just vacation you can get off vacation and go right back on another vacation year round, man. You don't even have to buy a house. You just go from one vacation to another vacation. You can go shop in all the most expensive stores till your heart drop, man. Here go a black card. There's no limit on this bitch. Go get whatever you want to go and get. You know what I'm saying? Most women would think that they would be happy, but guess what? She found something wrong with that too, man. She'd say, oh, he ain't good enough. He ain't this and that. Her eyes going to be evil towards him, man. She'll find anything to nitpick about. Ah, man, how come you always like to wear those old dusty ass shorts? Or why you don't take out the trash? Or why you always there? Or that's another thing. You know, he'll go out and go buy you everything you want, give you a black card or whatever, whatnot. You always at work. You spend too much time at work. Well, if I don't go to work, you wouldn't be able to go spending all the shit that you happy with, you know? You say you ain't want no broke dude where you was living check to check or whatever, whatnot, you know? It's either we live in check to check and I can, you know, spend all this here time with you, or I'm working a whole lot and you got a whole bag to blow. But either way, you're not satisfied. You see what I'm saying? So what? These are these curses, man. All right? It's very rare, very, very, very rare that you find a couple that wind up lasting a long time. And a lot of times, you know, it's a real soft husband that let his wife sit there and run over him the whole time. He just, well, whatever. She don't want to make the rules. As long as my wife is happy, we all happy, you know? How they say happy wife, happy life. That's where we at now. Women are ruling over everybody, man. All right? So let me read this again. It says, Deuteronomy 28:56-7. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eyes should be evil towards her husband of her bosom, and towards her son, and towards her daughter. So this here woman is going to be at odds. Hey, this is the destroyer of the whole household right here, man. All right? It's not that these men are fucked up. They be leaving their family and their kids. They don't want. It's the woman that's the one that's shooting everybody out, man. All right? As soon as the children get 18, sometimes before they get 18, they shooting them out the house, man. As soon as the girl start, you know, hitting puberty or whatever, whatnot, she, you know, the mother feel like she in competition with the daughter, man. She have all these different dudes in and out the house. And so what? She start belittling the daughter or whatever, whatnot, because she's seen her daughter is younger than her, more tender than her, and her prime. And now she's getting older and older and older. And what she want this attention, man. She want to always be the top dog, man, the center of attention, man. Always in the limelight. And she can't never be satisfied, man. You can give these women everything in the whole earth, and they never satisfied, man. All right? Hey, that's an impossible question to answer, man. What makes women happy? There's nothing that makes women happy. They never satisfied. It's just like Esau. He's never satisfied, man. All right? So trying to sit here and satisfy these damn women or try to, you know, do all these different things, man, it's not going to work out because we're under these curses. Now, on the flip side, you know, for a little bit of balance, there are some righteous women out here, man. But it's like it's just like the men of the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? Out of all the different men that you see on a day-to-day basis or on YouTube, you know, out of all the different videos you see on the YouTube, out of all these different men, how many of us are actually preaching this truth and sincerity, man, or are actually telling you Israelites, man? All right, now, if you happen to be subscribed to a lot of Israelites, that's pretty much all you're going to see. But if you go and pick up one of your friends' phones and go on YouTube and scroll down through there, hey, man, it's a lot more folly, a lot more guys out there with a bunch of folly and shit like that, being rappers and so on and so forth. They the ones in how do I say, being heavily promoted and stuff like that. All right, doing all this here wickedness and so on and so forth. The athletes and everything like that, man. They're the ones being promoted more and more and more throughout the earth, man. It's very hard to find. I mean, not to say it's hard to find, but nevertheless, you know, if you're just a regular person that don't watch these videos or whatever, whatnot, you know, when you're looking at your YouTube stream, you're not going to really find us on there like that, man, unless it's a recommended video based off of something you searched. All right. But nevertheless, I say that to say this, just like how it's kind of hard to find us, or if you're walking throughout your downtown areas or whatever, whatnot, which we pretty much in every state, every city. All right. You might see us down there, but comparably to all the other men you see walking around. All right. You're going to see a lot more men walking around and they folly, listening to their rap music, slanging dope, drinking on the side of the curb, shooting dice, gambling and shit like that, than men actually preaching on the highways and the byways. The same way with these here women, man. All right. So as rare as it is to find us, all right, it's the same way to find these, even really rare to find these righteous women out here, man. All right. But nevertheless, you know, just to give a little bit of balance, there are some righteous women out there, man. All right. There are some very far and few to find out there like that, you know, just like the men. But nevertheless, continuing on. Let me see, verse 57. And towards her young one that cometh from between her feet, and towards her children which she shall bear, she shall eat them for the one of all things, secretly in the siege and straitness, wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee in thy gates. Like I was going into child support and things like that, man. These women are going out having these damn babies just for a goddamn paycheck, man. When I was a kid growing up in the 90s and shit like that, man, I used to hear that term all the time. Oh, you a paycheck baby. You a paycheck baby, man. And you know what I'm saying? I quickly found out what a damn paycheck baby was when these women was going to, like, you know, I got pretty much all, you know, my dad was the only male seed that my grandmother wound up having. You know what I'm saying? And I was pretty much the only male seed that my grandmother wound up having as grandchildren. So I was raised up around a whole lot of women. All right. And so just seeing all this shit, I always heard that a lot. Oh, girl, you better go get you one of these paycheck babies. Better go get you one of these paycheck babies or whatever, whatnot. You know, make sure you space them out. So, you know what I'm saying? You all constantly keep getting these damn paychecks till you get older. And once they get old enough, they'll wind up keep repeating the cycle. And they can put some money into the household, man. Generations are on welfare and all these different systems like that, man. All right. These are the curses that's upon our people. But mainly, this is the state of our women right now, man. All right. They not in a righteous state, man. They are there to destroy your ass right now, man. All right. And I know it's a little hard to try to not deal with these women right now because we men, and we were created not to be alone, and we was created to be with these here women. All right. But nevertheless, these are hey, man, the Most High is serious, man. We fucked up big time. And these are the curses that fell upon us, man. All right. And if this really hurts you for you to hear this and be like, damn, hey, I understand how bad this shit is, man. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to have a fucking helpmeet, man. We supposed to have a pillar of rest, man. We supposed to have an ace in the hole, man. Our woman's supposed to be our ace in the hole, man. She's supposed to be our a pillar of rest, man. All right. But nevertheless, right now we have burdens and how do I say, deep ditches right now, man. All right. These women are nothing more than burdens and goddamn deep ditches that you got to constantly keep filling up that's never going to be satisfied, man. All right. You get these damn women, man. You got to worry about them sleeping with other men. All right. You got to worry about them taking all your half of what you own. And you got to worry about them calling the police on you, putting you in jail, taking your kids away from you. All right. Doing all the worst wickedness, man. All right. But nevertheless, you know, let me just keep going on because I'll get to it in these precepts. This is Isaiah chapter 3. I'm going to start at verse 12 and I'm going to jump. It says, Isaiah 3 and 12, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, which lead thee, cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy path. All right. So it says, as for my people, children are their oppressors. All right. Twofold. Hey, man, we got a goddamn Esau ruling over top of us. All right. And they like a goddamn child to begin with. But nevertheless, right now, a lot of our men are being ruled over by what? Our children. How are we being ruled over by our children? When you go to work and you work 40 to 60 to 80 hours on your paycheck, and the majority of your check is gone based off of what? Child support, man. You got to sit here and pay this damn child support. Most of your goddamn check is gone anyway, and you being oppressed from what? Paying for your damn child that this woman might not even be your child to begin with, but this woman went out, was looking for a paycheck baby, man. She went out, you know, with this plan in her mind, with her and her girlfriend's girl, we finna go to the club tonight, go find us the most balling looking nigga we can find, or some balling nigga anywhere. All right, we're gonna go lay down with this nigga. You know what I'm saying? And make sure this nigga get us pregnant or whatever. We got to put it on him real good. Make sure this nigga get us pregnant. And then once we get pregnant, we ain't got to see this nigga no more. We're going to get paid for the next 18 years, man. All right. But nevertheless, jumping down to verse 16, it says, Moreover, Yahweh saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making tinkling with their feet. All right, I'm reading this, not really to go into the curses that's on our women, but hey, there's still the curses on our women, but nevertheless, to read the condition of our damn women, man. They walking forth proud, man. They walking forth like, shit, you can't tell me shit. You know what I'm saying? I remember there was a YouTube video of this little bitty, a little girl, she was screaming or whatever, whatnot, you know what I'm saying? And somebody was asking the little girl to be quiet or whatever, whatnot, and then I don't even know if it was her nigga mama or her nigga auntie or just her mama friend or whatever, whatnot. This big fat black beast come walking around the corner all, you know what I'm saying, bald head and everything like that, and just, oh man, just a mess. She come over there louder than the child. She can yell, she can yell, she can yell, she can yell. I'm like, yo, dog, you can't even have a fucking conversation of what y'all trying to get across, because not only is a child fucking yelling like a goddamn child, but it's a child. You yelling like a motherfucking child. You see what I'm saying? This is the condition of our damn people walking forth proud, man. All right, knowing good and damn well, don't no man want you in your condition or whatever, whatnot. A woman that look like that, you're like, you know what? I shouldn't really be talking no shit right. Like me as a man right now. If I was homeless and shit, poor as fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like just really fucked up on drugs, just strung the fuck out, in jail, whatever, just all fucked up. I ain't got no right, you know, or let's just say I'm homeless, on drugs, all strung the fuck out, right? And just got beat the fuck up by some people down the road, and it's raining outside, and they ain't got no shelter, right? What the fuck do I got the nerve to be walking around talking to some motherfuckers in their house or in their car or whatever, whatnot, talking about, you know what I'm saying, like, turn it down, or shut up, trying to tell them what the fuck to do to get right. I'm like, hold on, homie. You need to worry about getting your life together first and foremost before you try talking to me about anything I got going on, because you're not in the position or the condition to even try to tell me anything, man. All right, this is like a goddamn, again, a homeless person, somebody strung out on drugs trying to tell a goddamn Bill Gates how to fucking run his finances. Oh, man, you shouldn't have invested into that. You was a dumb motherfucker for investing in that. Like, nigga, what did you invest in besides some goddamn drugs? You see what I'm saying? But nevertheless, this is a condition of our women walking around proud as fuck, man. All right? Isaiah 3:16 again. Moreover, Yahweh saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making tinkling with their feet. You know, they be walking all proud and shit like that with these high heels on, or these, how you say, clamorous, or these damn, how you put these damn shoes? What do you do? How I put them? Goddamn high heel shoes and shit like that, man. All right, always walking. Go out to the club. Go out on the weekends or some shit like that. Go out to your downtown areas and shit like that, man. You see it be nothing but packs and droves of fucking women, man. It'd be crazy because a lot of men be like, man, where are all the women at? Shit, go to your downtown area. This is the time frame that we living in now where these women are so fucking proud. They don't need, they got a man every day of the week now. You know what I'm saying? They going out in packs and droves, you know what I'm saying? Out to the club every freaking weekend trying to find out who's the next come up, man. All right, they trying to see who they can scheme on the next week, man. So you can go out to any of the downtown areas and see a whole bunch of so-called good-looking women walking around in packs and droves, man. You know what I'm saying? I'd be seeing them on the highways and the byways when we be preaching. I'm like, it's a damn shame. 7 of these women that look pretty damn decent. Why the fuck are all 7 of y'all walking around without no goddamn man? The fuck is wrong with y'all? You see what I'm saying? There's got to be something wrong with y'all if y'all walking around with no man and it's a pack of y'all. Out of all these men is looking for these so-called women or whatnot. But hey, really the wise men ain't dealing with these women no more, man. You know, you got these movements like MGTOW and shit like that, men going their own way, because why? These men are seeing what's going on with these damn proud-ass women walking around, man. And they not trying to get caught in these damn traps, man. You got things like the Me Too movement going on. Then you got the reverse of that, the Men Too movement. All right, you got all these different things because why? These women are walking around proud as fuck, man. Because why? They got demons on them, man. These curses are hitting them heavily, man. All right, and women are ruling over the men. This is the new thing that the Lord created in the earth, man. All right, this is the end all of our punishment. This is the icing on the cake, man. All right, because really back in slavery and shit like that, even through all that oppression, man, we were still marrying and having our wives and our families. The only thing that was separating us in those point in times is if we was being sold and separated that way. But nevertheless, while we was being hardcore beat on slave plantations, on the slave ships, we had our wives there, man. So if we was breaking down or whatever, whatnot, our wife could comfort us. Or vice versa. If our wife was breaking down, we could sit there and console her, man. But nowadays, hey, man, look at the shit that we in nowadays, man. All right, a lot of you will think that you're not in slavery no more. You so-called free or freer than you was on the plantations or coming over here in the middle passages and shit like that. But how come you can't keep your family together, man? How come these women and these men, they're not having good relationships right now, man? Because things are waxing way worse, man. There's really these demons that's on them and these curses that's hitting real hard, man. All right, but we at the end all be all of this thing. It's like at the end of the system, we got to purge out the rest of it, man. All right, or it's like you got a soda from McDonald's or some shit, right? You drinking it, when you put the straw in the cup, you start drinking it, don't really make no noise because you're just drinking a full drink. But when you get down to the end, you hear that slurping sound or whatever, whatnot, you have to pull extra hard to get that last little drop out. You kind of like purging the system of whatever's left in that cup. And this is what's going on right now with the situation we got going on, because things are getting worse and worse and worse, man. We get into a time like never before, man. And these days are building up into that day, man. All right. Yeah, I would read that. Hey, but if you women want to realize, let me see. What should I read it down? Isaiah 3:16 on down. Moreover, Yahweh saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking in mincing as they go, making the tinkling with their feet. Therefore, Yahweh will smite thee with the scab of the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and Yahweh will discover their secret parts. Why? Because why? The woman's glory is her hair. If you ever wonder why, especially you so-called black women, you the only women on the face of the earth that need weave. Everybody else will get weave because they just want some weave. You the only people on the planet Earth that need weave. Why? Why don't your hair grow? Why does your hair at a certain age start falling out and shit, man? All right, it's these curses. Mainly the only women on the, really all the other tribes, they suffer from this as well too. But mainly it's you so-called black women that suffer from these curses. Because why? You the head tribe, but nevertheless, you're the main one that walk around with weaves and wigs and shit like that and don't even realize why, man. All right, these are them curses that's set upon you, man, because you used to have the most beautiful hair, the most longest hair, and so on and so forth. Sometimes you'll see, like, especially some of these little young girls or whatever, whatnot, have the most. I remember I had a little cousin, man. She had the most prettiest hair, most fullest, nicest hair, whatever. My little niece is like that too. But one of my little cousins, man, she had the most beautiful hair growing up as a little small child. But now her hair is all fucked up, man. All right, all fucked. She wound up actually going bald after a while, but nevertheless, and she wound up becoming a demon child. But nevertheless, you see what I'm saying? And I say that, hey, look, at the age of 14, homegirl went and got her boyfriend house shot up, man. I drive by, man. This type of shit she was doing at the age of 14, man. All right, you see what I'm saying? Hey, they demons from at young ages, man. All right. Verse 18, in that day Yahweh will take away the bravery of thy tinkling ornaments about thy feet and thy calls and the round tires like the moon. Yeah, going into the jewelry and shit that you be having, like the big ass earrings and shit like that. The chains, the bracelets, the mufflers, the bonnets, the ornaments of the leg, the headbands, the tablets and the earrings, the ring, the nose jewelry, the changeable suits. Oh, wait, let me just stop there. What women on the planet Earth, well, what people on the planet Earth is known for rocking jewelry to the most? All right? Whenever you line us all up by nations or race, so-called race, who would you predominantly see wearing jewelry to the most, man? Esau wear jewelry every now and then, but really Jake overdo it, man. See people like what's his name? I think his name was Mr. T or some shit like that. I pity the fool guy. You know what I'm saying? I think his name was Mr. T. I forgot what his name is, but the dude who's like pity the fool, wear all them big ass chains or Slick Rick, shit like that, wearing all these damn jewelry and so on and so forth, man. Hey, we the ancient of days, or not the ancient of days. We are we are the most ancient people, more or less to say. We go all the way back, man. All right, but nevertheless, and we the salt of the earth, man. So we put flavor into the earth. So this is the things that we like to do. It's in us to wear all this here jewelry or whatever, whatnot. But nowadays, you know what I'm saying? And I remember growing up seeing pictures of my mom when I was younger and stuff like that. Her and all the other women around them and the men too, they used to be all had what they called a big dookie rope, gold chains and the big ass gold earrings and the 4 or 5 finger rings and shit like that. I'd be like, damn, y'all got all this damn gold on. Y'all used to be like super thick back in the days with all that damn gold and shit. But nowadays they got all this fake jewelry or whatever, plastic jewelry or whatever, whatnot, or don't even have no damn jewelry, man. All right, why? Because the Lord is taking all these glorious apparels and things away from you, man. And then it says, verse 22, the changeable suits of apparel and the mantles and the wimples and the crisping pins, the glasses and the fine linen and the hoods and the veils. All right, so going into that, what? There's a line in one of Jay-Z's songs where he's like talking about, his family and shit like that. But he's talking about something. It's barely past 10. My wife changed again. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, hey man, if our women, if our people had the money like that, you know what I'm saying? Our women would change clothes 10, 12 times a damn day, man. They'd have a outfit in the day, when they wake up, an outfit for this, an outfit for that. They change clothes multiple times a day, man. All right, and sometimes you can actually see that in a smaller sense, Women be going out to the club or whatever, whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I got to change my clothes. I'm finna go here. I'm about to go to the bank. I got to go get dressed up. I got to go take this off. I got to go to the school. I'm about to go to the mall. Put on different outfits. Be changed 2 or 3 times throughout the whole day. But nevertheless, Now you in the times where you pretty much wearing the same damn outfit throughout the whole damn day. Sometimes you wear the same outfit twice a damn day, man. All right. Verse 24, and it shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell, there shall be a stink, and instead of a girdle, a rent, and instead of a well-set hair, baldness, and instead of a stomach or a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. Yeah, just like when you see these women, instead of, the girdle would normally keep you all tight or whatever, whatnot. But now you having these women who got rolls and shit all over the place, stomach all hanging out of the shirt or whatever, whatnot. But then they want to still walk around, oh, I'm a bad bitch or whatever, whatnot. Like, homegirl, you look like Homer Simpson and shit with your belly hanging out. Look like you just drank a 12-pack and shit. You know what I'm saying? But what? This is just showing you the conditions of the women the conditions that our women are in right now, all right? Let me grab a couple more precepts and I'm gonna close. I didn't mean to go this long, but nevertheless, for edification's sake, this is Amos 7:17. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh power, thy wife shall be a harlot in the city. All right, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword, and the land shall be divided by land, and thou shalt die in a polluted land. And Israel shall surely go into captivity, forth of his land. All right, so what, part of the curses that we would be under is what? It says, therefore saith Yahweh power, thy wife shall be a harlot in the city. All right, and even if your wife ain't going out and actually sleeping with other men or whatever, whatnot, man, 9 times out of 10, she got a Facebook, a Instagram, a Twitter, a Snapchat or some shit like that, and 9 times out of 10 she uploading picture after picture after picture, ass shots, back shots, provocative clothing, wearing all kind of shit, or walking around in these damn yoga suits or these spandex suits or whatever, whatnot, got a camel toe showing and everything like that, titties all out, ass cheeks all hanging out. 9 times out of 10, you know what I'm saying, if your wife ain't going around actually sleeping with another man, all right, she's making these other men lust after her with the way she's carrying herself, man. All right, and this is why women should be dressed in modest apparel, man. All right, because, hey, man, just over last past weekend on the highways and the byways, man, see Jake walking around with his old lady, and looked like an Edomite woman or whatever, whatnot, with the tightest goddamn spandex pants on in the world. Fucking camel toe so goddamn tight, like, every time the bitch breathe, you can see goddamn, you know what I'm saying, her whole body flexing and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you see them coming down the block, it's like, man, it's a goddamn shame, man. It's a goddamn shame that you got your woman walking around like this, and I can't do nothing but look at this bitch and just ask for repentance from looking at another man's wife like that, man. All right, because why, man? It's like goddamn taking a steak in front of a goddamn starving dog. What you think he gonna do? I want the steak. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. You got food. That 1 + 1 is 2, motherfucker. This is what the fuck happens. You know what I'm saying? What you think gonna happen if you throw ice inside a fire? It's gonna melt, motherfucker. That's what's gonna happen. So if you don't want the ice to melt, keep it in the freezer. Don't throw it in the fire. You see what I'm saying? If you don't want to be looking at your wife and shit like that, don't have her wearing provocative clothing. So I'm saying that to say this. You know what I'm saying? You might not actually have your wife cheating on you and things like that, but she might be going out doing certain things, having provocative clothing on, walking around in the cities and stuff like that. She might not be talking to no other men, but y'all be going out, and she might just be into you. But wearing provocative clothing and got all these different men looking at her or whatever, whatnot, going to work around a lot of men and got these men looking at her and talking to her, trying to give her a ride or whatever, whatnot, or have these men friend. Oh, that's just my friend. He just so nice. Look, woman, ain't no man really being nice to you just to be nice to your ass, man. He being nice to you with the hopes that he gonna get some one day. One day that hopefully that you might be having a bad day or something like that and need some consolement or whatever, whatnot, and you might want to just wind up giving him something that day. This is why this motherfucker's being nice to you, man. Other than that, hey, he ain't being nice to no big ugly bitch or nothing like that just to be nice to her. Nah, I'm just being nice to her, whatever. I mean, there might be some scenarios or whatever, whatnot. You see it, like, I know for myself, sometimes you see elderly women, especially elderly Jake women walking, and it might be in the rain with groceries and shit. I used to live around the corner from this old lady. Used to see her all the time walking home and shit from the grocery store at the same time I'd be coming home from work. You know what I'm saying? And I just stopped one day, asked her, like, hey, you need a ride? I know you live like 2 houses down from me or whatever, whatnot. And you know what I'm saying? I know you're an old ass lady. I wouldn't want my grandma out here walking. Nah, it's fine. I'm all good. All right. No problem. You know what I'm saying? She might not feel comfortable. No problem. I see her again when it's raining outside. Hey, man, hey, come on, get in the car. I'm not taking no for an answer, man. I'm not finna be having somebody that you could be my grandmama and shit out here walking in the rain or whatever, whatnot, I'm not trying to get nothing from this old fucking woman or whatnot, but, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, there is still a reason why I'm trying to give you a ride. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to give you a ride because why? Hey, man, this is somebody's grandmama, man. We supposed to be trying to help our elderly people and stuff out like that, all right? But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? For the most part in these societies nowadays, if you got your wife out there, whatever, whatnot, you know what I'm saying? She's drawing this here attention towards herself, man. All right, this isn't a good thing. So whether she be on Facebook, Instagram, or texting other men, having these other men as friends and things like that, hey, man, hey, You shouldn't need. She shouldn't be doing none of that shit, because why? You getting these men to start lusting after you, man. You know what I'm saying? You got this friendly woman at work or whatever, whatnot, that want to be all super friendly. I used to work with a woman like this. She come in, be all nice and super flirty with all the different dudes at the job, but was sleeping with, she wanted to be in one dude's side chick at the job, but she's still trying to sleep with everybody else at the damn job. Like, nah, bruh. I mean, I know that he got his wife or whatever, whatnot, but homeboy claiming her right now and shit like that. I'm not trying to be in the midst of all this shit, because you really sleeping with all these men here, and at the same time, that's going to cause nothing but calamities and confusion and everybody fighting with each other, because you trying to get your bills paid, you know, by siphoning off of all these different dudes, man. All right, so what? Your woman shouldn't be out here trying to befriend all these different men in the street. Oh, he's nice. This is my guy friend or whatever, whatnot, or on Facebook and Twitter uploading these provocative images. Oh, I'm just doing it for my family. Well, why every day you got a new ass shot, a new outfit? Oh, I'm just whatever. Why you got spandex clothes on and these yoga outfits on and you don't do no yoga? You don't work out and shit. You know what I'm saying? You wearing some yoga pants and some workout outfits while you over there walking around the block smoking cigarettes and eating a Twinkie and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, you know you don't work out and shit. You wearing that shit just to show off your body, man. Just to see, have men looking at you and shit, man. All right? But nevertheless, let me continue on. I'm going to close out with this right here. We'll be out. This is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 12. Beloved, all right? Beloved going into what? That's what the name Dawadah means, all right? It means beloved. That's what, you know, David means. David, you know, like King David, his name means beloved. Dawadah means beloved, all right? Also, you know, a little deeper on that, it says, you know, the elect basically going to be what? The house of David, right? Now, so the scriptures and mainly all this is being talked to at this point in time. Ultimately, it's to all Israel, but really the only people going to really take heed to it is the elect, the beloved, all right? So it says beloved. All right, and if you listening to this, taking heed to this, and you trying to follow after this, this is written to you. All right, beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trials which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. Now, I know you ain't gonna probably want to hear all of this, because, you know, going through certain things, you know, hey, I've been told the same scripture a lot of times, going through my hell, catching hell. I remember when I first came into this shit, you know what I'm saying? Not shit, but when I first came into this, all the hell that was hitting me, like, what the fuck is going on here? And people would just, you know, brothers would give me this script like, that ain't enough, man. I need something. But meditating and praying on it is like, you know what? And hearing other brothers' trials and fiery darts and things like that, man. You hear about that, like, oh, this ain't nothing new, man. This is what's really going on, man. And so I brought out a lot of these different examples, you know what I'm saying? You know, especially for the brother who had the concern about this, like, yo, man, you know, dealing with your scenario and other scenarios alike. Hey, man, these problems are going on throughout all of us, all right? Throughout all over the place, all right? But nevertheless, I skipped the scripture. I'm going to go back to that. But nevertheless, matter of fact, let me go back. Salakia. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 7. We'll start at verse 12. It says, but to the rest I speak not, but the rest speak I, not the Lord. If any brother have a wife that believeth not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away. So if you got a wife, all right, and she's not in this truth, she don't want to listen to all this, or she don't, you know, you ain't give her the truth or whatever, whatnot, which is fine, but y'all straight living with one another, you know what I'm saying? Everything else is fine with y'all. Hey, y'all can keep living with each other, you know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing wrong with that, you know what I'm saying? Ultimately, you the one that was called into the truth, not her, all right? And she'll be saved through childbearing, or hey, basically by believing in, having faith in being, how do I say, being sober-minded and being in subjection, more or less to say, all right, she'll wind up being saved that way, all right? And the woman which has a husband that believeth not, if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Else were your children unclean, but now are they holy. So like I was explaining, you know, if she's not into the truth or whatever, whatnot, you know, it's probably wise for you not to try to tell her about the truth, because then she might get all proud and try to cut you with the scriptures one day, and that's not even her place or position. All right, but nevertheless, verse 15, but if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or a sister is not under bondage in such case, but Yahweh hath called us to peace. So basically, you know, if you have a unbelieving wife or a husband, or just one of them is going off, they just wicked or whatever, whatnot, or you can't deal with them no more, you don't want to put up with them, or they really causing you to err or whatever, whatnot, or, you know, you trying to do whatever you got, try your hardest to keep your wife in order and everything like that, but you want to go around, be sleeping with all these other men and everything like that, or doing some off the wall shit like that, man. Hey, man, you got to put her away. Hey, put her away. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, she's not really under that bondage because why? She wasn't called to be in the truth. You was called to be in the truth, man. It's way more important that you keep your hand on the plow and you on the right path and not to fall off and let, you know, like the scriptures say, man, if one member offends you, cut it off. You rather get into the kingdom of heaven maimed than your whole body be fucked up. You know, another analogy, yo, you working around heavy machinery and your arm or your finger gets sucked into that machine. It's better that you cut your whole fucking arm off. At least your whole body gets sucked in and then you just dead. You know, you'd rather be walking around missing an arm than your whole body be dead, man. All right. Verse 16, for what knowest thou, O wife, whether thou shalt save thy husband, or how thou knowest, O man, whether thou shalt save thy wife? But as the Most High has distributed to every man, as the Lord has called every one, so let him walk. And so ordain I in all churches. Is any man being called circumcised? Let him not be uncircumcised. Is any uncircumcised? Let him not be circumcised. All right. Circumcision is nothing, and uncircumcision is nothing but keeping the commandments of the Most High. Let every man abide in the same calling wherein he was being called. Art thou called being a servant? Care not for it, but if thou mayest be made free, use it rather. For he that is called in the Lord, being a servant, is the Lord's free man. Likewise also he that being free is Hamashiach's servant. All right. It says, ye are brought with the price, be not servants of men. So basically, like I was saying, man, the more important thing is that you continue out doing your job, man. We at the end all be all of this thing, and things are getting turned up. Things are getting worse and worse at the end all be all, man. All right, you have to make sure that you endure to the end, man. All right, especially if you got kids with this here woman or whatnot, you'll wind up getting her back in the kingdom of heaven and in righteousness, man. All right, so nevertheless, these things are, you know, these things are just these fiery trials to try us right now, man. But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you know, in a scenario, you know, about a woman that's going around dealing with other men, like sleeping with other men and stuff like that. Hey, you shouldn't have no woman around you like that, man. I'm sorry to tell you, that might be a sad case. You got to let go or whatnot. But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying, as far as dealing with pride and looking for all this attention from other men and this and that, man, hey, this is where our women are right now, man. These are the curses that we are under right now, man. It's hard to get your woman off the internet, social media, from around her friends. It's causing her to go off into these calamities, man. All right. So let me go to 1 Peter and we'll close out there. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 16. Beloved, think not strange concerning the fiery trials, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. All right. So again, like I was saying earlier, you know, these are the trials and the tribulations that's going to come upon you, especially being a man of the Lord, or putting your hand on this here plow, or trying to learn this here thing, man. All these distractions, all these demons, man. The devil is trying to knock you off your square, man. If the Lord's called you to be saved, man, the devil is trying to get you, knock you up off of that, man. This is like the elimination chamber, man, or the Royal Rumble, man. You know, it's like, yo, man, you got to be the last man in the ring, man. All right. But all these other 60 people that's coming into the ring, they all trying to throw you out to be the last man in the ring. Or pretty much put it this way. All 59 other people in the ring, they all trying to throw you out the ring. Your only objective is to stay in the ring and stay conscious, man. Do whatever you got to do. Hold on to the rope as tight as you can. You know what I'm saying? Ball yourself up in a little corner and keep breathing and stay there until it's just one-on-one at the very end. You know what I'm saying? And you can manage that, man. All right. But whatever you got to do that to make sure that you endure to the end, man. You don't want to get caught off guard with these fiery trials or this here hell that's hitting you or whatnot, man. Because ultimately, you know what I'm saying, you wind up falling because, you know, this is getting a little hard on you or whatnot. And, you know what I'm saying, you just want to go, not to say go back into the world or whatnot, but if you happen to go back into the world, you're going to have the same problems, but even worse, man. All right, at least the Lord is dealing with you and having mercy on you, you know, giving you comfort through the scriptures, telling you how to deal with these different things, man. You have a path to pray to the Most High to be able to change your scenario or whatnot, or help you out in your scenario or deliver you from your oppression, man. All right. Verse 13, but rejoice in as much as you are partakers of Hamashiach's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. So what? If you are going through these here tribulations and the suffering as Yahushua Hamashiach went through, guess what? You're going to wind up, hey, I got to grab a couple more precepts, man, because it's written in the scriptures, man. You wind up forsaking houses, wives, or children, and anything like that, man, you're going to wind up getting that 100-fold, man. All right. Verse 14, if you be reproached for the name of Hamashiach, happy are you, for the spirit of the glory of the Most High rested upon you, and on their part is evil spoken of you, but on your part is glorified. So what? Like these women calling you lame, square, whatnot, because you trying to do the work of the Lord or whatnot. Hey, that's cool. But guess what? The Most High is, hey, man, you doing good in the Most High sight, man. All these people going to wind up learning after death by pain, man. All right. Verse 15, but let none of you suffer as a murderer or as a thief or as an evildoer or as a busybody in other men's matter. But if any man suffer as a Christian, let him be not ashamed, but let him glorify on the Most High, glorify the Most High in this behalf. All right, so what? You don't want to be catching hell or going through some plagues because you actually being wicked and doing some wicked shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, if you catching some hell and catching these plagues because why? You serving the Lord, glorifying that, man. You're going to wind up rejoicing. Let me grab that real quick. What was that? Matthew 25, I think it is. Salakia. Or is it 19? Con. This is Matthew chapter 19 and verse 27. Then Peter answered and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? All right, so what? You might be with your wife and things may be going wrong, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, whatnot. You might have to leave your wife or whatever, whatnot. You forsook your wife. And then you ask, well, what's going to happen to me if I want to? Man, I'm giving up my whole life for this here truth, trying to stay in this here truth, man. And that's what it seems like. That's really what it is, man. Verse 28. And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, which, hey, we right here at that time. Yahushua is on his way back to take the crowns up off these damn kings, man. All right. When the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And everyone that has forsaken houses, brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. All right. So what it says real quick, it says, if you've forsaken, this is getting to the point, your wife, you're going to receive 100-fold. So let me go from there to Isaiah 4:1. All right. And this is going to happen before we get into the kingdom of heaven, starting with Jacob's trouble, man. Hey, just keep doing what you got to do, man. The Lord know what you're losing. The Lord know what you're doing. You sacrificing for, and like the scripture said, the Lord's not unrighteous to forget your works if you show it towards his name, man. And standing so stiffly for his name, man. All right, Isaiah 4:1. In that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So these women in this coming into Jacob's trouble, man. All right, hey, especially for the brother that or any of you brothers that don't see this coming, go back on my videos. There's a video, there's 2 of them back to back, one dealing with Jacob's trouble and one about the women in Jacob's trouble, man. There's about a 5-minute video clip in the beginning that shows that time when these women gonna be going through these damn calamities and shit like that in Jacob's trouble, man. And who they gonna be looking for? They're gonna be looking for any man that's gonna be able to deliver them, man. All right, but really, ultimately, the only man that's gonna be able to deliver them is the righteous men of the Lord, man. All right, this is why I'm saying in that day, 7 women gonna take hold of one man, or a complete number of women gonna take hold of one man, saying we'll eat our own bread and wear our own apparel, meaning we'll take care of our own self. Because right now, these women are looking for a man that's gonna take care of them. Nah, nigga, you broke. I need a nigga with a bag. I need a nigga with a goddamn foreign whip. I need a nigga with a goddamn 7-figure income. But in that day, they're gonna be looking for a righteous man to be able to take away these calamities away from you, man. Like the scripture said, man shall be a covert from the tempest, man. A hiding place from the storm, man. All right, he gonna be that storm shelter when the storm come, man. All right, so what? Basically, in the time of Jacob's trouble, when these things start getting worse and worse and worse, all right, these righteous women, hey, the ones that humble down, they're gonna be flocking to the men of the Lord, because why? They're gonna know that these are gonna be the only men that's gonna have strength, man. All right, and this is when you're gonna start getting that 100-fold back, man. All right, because hey, look, 2/3 of our people gonna wind up dying over here on this side in the midst of Jacob's trouble, and between Jacob's trouble and the thermonuclear missiles, 2/3 of the nation of Israel is gonna be put to death, man. All right, but then what? It says 7 women gonna take hold of one man. That complete number of women gonna take hold of the righteous men. All right, and it's gonna end up like this. This is Isaiah 60:21. Thy people shall be all righteous. They shall inherit the land forever, and the branch of my plant and the work of my hand, that I might be glorified. So it says, thy people shall be all righteous. Dealing with your women, your children, the men of our nation, all hey, this time about getting into the kingdom of heaven. Once we get the law, statutes, commandments written inside of us, man. The women gonna have the law, statutes, commandments written inside of them too, man. They're not gonna be going off. Your woman ain't gonna be talking shit, getting all loud and all that. She ain't gonna be doing none of that, man. She gonna be righteous as fuck, man. And you're gonna have multiple women and everything. They're gonna all be in subjection. They're gonna all be in order, man. Every last one of them, man. It's gonna start here on this side, man. Before them thermonuclear missiles drop down, this is when it's gonna start, man. All right, in the midst of Jacob's trouble, when them 7 women gonna take hold of one man. Like I said, man, we gotta go through 2/3 of our people being annihilated on this here side, man. But then what? The whole nation gotta be brought back through who? Through the 1/3, or through the 144,000 and the 1/3, man. All right, that's who's gonna be saved. 1/3, 144,000 men, all the 12 tribes of Israel. All right, then you're gonna have 1/3 of the nation of Israel, both men and women and children. All right, now out of that 1/3, man, We're going to wind up getting back all the righteous women, going to wind up getting with the righteous men. Obviously, we're going to all be together. All right. And we're going to wind up repopulating the planet Earth, man. We're going to bring back all of Israel through them. All right. Verse 22. A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. Yahweh will hasten it in his time. All right. And so what? We're going to wind up repopulating and replenishing this here earth, man. You're going to have, like we just read, you're going to have that 100-fold back, man. You're going to have your kids back, your wives back. Read the story of Job, man. Job had a lot of kids, a wife, and whatever, whatnot, man. But then his wife wound up going off or whatever, whatnot. So why don't you just curse the Most High and die, man? His kids wound up dying. But after all those trials and tribulations, when the devil was coming after them, all right, we basically a Job, man. Read the book of Job, man. That'll tell you about all his calamities and stuff. But at the end, the Most High set him up way better than he was beforehand, man. All right, so what? We just have to endure this last little leg, this last little bit. You know, I know we running a mile run. You know what I'm saying? We on our last lap, and I know you got them cramps, man. I know you cramping up and you sweating and you dehydrated or whatever, but you got to finish the race, man. You don't want to just go ahead and give up with this last lap, man. You about done and you're going to be done with this here test, man. All right. So Lord willing, this here lesson was edifying, especially to the brother that, you know, had the comment or the concern about this. But nevertheless, you know, Lord willing, it was able to help, you know, edify the elect, man. In any case of scenario that you have. All right. With that, I'm going to go ahead and say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for your Akim pushing his truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Until next time, I say stay strong and shalom.